For those that don't know me, my name is Samantha Hocking, and I'm the Marketing and IPS Maintenance Coordinator for Pennant. And today I'm joined by Pennant's Regional Development Manager for the Indo Pacific region, St Bruno, who's otherwise known as Bruno. Hi, Bruno, and welcome.
Hi, Sam.
So as someone who's joined the Pennant sales team this year, could you possibly provide us with a brief introduction to yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Bruno. I'm the Business Development Manager for Pennant in the Indo Pacific region. My professional background, so I joined the Australian Army in 2010 as an avionics technician. Spent about 6 years working on Black Hawk and MRH-90 helicopters before discharging in 2016. Since then, I've worked at a big defence prime, which is really where I cut my teeth in the integrated logistics support or integrated product support space, working on various projects for that company, doing logistics support analysis, leading technical publications teams, and most recently leading a modelling and analysis team. So doing a lot of product support and support system modelling for the Super Hornet program in Australia, which is probably one of the biggest military aircraft programs.
Thanks, Bruno, for providing us with your background. It sounds like you've certainly had some amazing experience in the industry, which leads me to my next question. As you've just mentioned, you are someone with IPS experience in the market. So can you tell us how Pennant's capability shapes up to various other providers?
Look, I think Pennant as a company, if we put software aside, I think we just have some really good people and some really knowledgeable people in Pennant. We are not just flipping software, handing it to the customer and saying, okay, over to you now. You know, we genuinely do know what we're talking about. We've got people like Mark Willis at the top of the food chain here in Pennant, who's very, very highly regarded in the IPS world. So the in-house knowledge that Pennant has to back up the software, I think is second to none and really sets us apart from some of the competition without even getting into the software. Now, I did mention the finer details, which I won't go into, but I think one of the big software features that Pennant provides is this shared integrated product support database with our Auxilium suite. As someone that I just mentioned in my background has worked across sort of various pillars in product support and the various tools that don't talk to each other in that process, having a single software suite that shares data is actually really, really helpful in efficiency, saving time, also reducing rework and reducing errors as well with your data.
Thanks, Bruno. And yes, I agree. That certainly is a game changer and a point of difference, eliminating reworks, right? For the tools to be able to speak to one another, it sounds like a user-friendly option and major time-saving functionality right there that we're all here for. So that leads me into my next question and chatting with you about Auxilium, as it certainly ticks all those boxes and is game-changing for our customers. So with that in mind, what would you say are your top 3 features of the Auxilium suite that you'd like to share with us today?
Yeah, good segue, Sam. Look, I think there's a few key things in the suite that I'm going to talk about. So the first one, and again, this is something that no one else is doing that I know of, is the Gen S standard converter. So for those that don't know, you work with or could potentially work with various standards in the logistics support analysis space. So we're talking about your DEFOS 5692 here in Australia, the GIA 0007 or S3000L as a few examples. And each of those kind of try and do the same thing, but slightly differently. So the standard converter module in Gen S allows you to work with multiple standards in a single database. And that means if you're receiving data from various customers or sending data to various customers, you don't need to build separate instances of your database to do that. Gen S knows what fields are common, what are not common, and what need tweaking between these databases, or between these standards, I should say. And that really is a game changer that a lot of our customers have already showed great interest in. Look, the second one is just the analyzer tool in general. I did speak before about my experience in support system modeling, and I think that it's a very undervalued skill set in Australia, at least, but probably the world. So the analyzer tool is a really good tool that can save our customers a lot of money or generate a lot more bang for your buck. So capability for their current budget, I guess, if you wanted to look at it that way. It can be used pretty simply. So from the acquisition stage, putting together your repair spare parts list, etc. But with the right people behind it, that's a really, really powerful tool to maximize capability with the amount of dollars you have, or identify the different levers that are available to our customers to really get the right result and inform a lot of their decisions. I think that's something that I'd like to explore a lot more in the near future, the analyzer tool. And of course, we've already mentioned the shared database. Having a shared database between your whole support system tool suite just reduces discrepancies in data, speeds up things like engineering change proposals, the workflow with those so much. And it's really just a no-brainer when you think about it.
Thanks, Bruno, for sharing with us your top 3 features of Auxilium. I know it's a hard ask trying to narrow it down to 3, so you've done really well. You talk frequently to our valued customers, and we know that our offering is more than just our tool set. It's also the entire 360 package that we offer, from the training to the support and the maintenance. Do you want to just talk us through and share further insights into what our listeners can benefit from?
Yeah, look, again, a software company, but we've got some really good people that work here. So there's the support and the knowledge that we can provide our customers, even if it's just some really basic Q&A or consultancy on a project, all the way through to doing some of their project for them. So that's something that we currently do for a couple of customers. We are outsourced to do some of their ILS related work, and we're doing that very well. We also have previously built some bespoke solutions. So, it's not always as simple as, can you do this thing in the contract that's very laid out and predictable and everyone knows what it is. So something we've recently done through our development team is build bespoke APIs for one of our international customers, which allow them to, I won't go into the technical details, but bypass a lot of things that they were having issues with in delivering their tech pubs. So, we're not just talking ILS consultancy or IPS consultancy. We're talking IPS labour and also bespoke software solutions as well, if that's what's required. So I think those are a couple of good examples, but I think just generally people like yourself, Sam, are just really responsive and supportive to our customers. And I see a lot of questions come through in emails of can we help with this or that or the other thing? And it's not always what you would expect, but I think as a team, we're really good at getting back to our customers, keeping them informed at least, and supporting them wherever we can. So a software company, but with some really good people behind it is the main takeaway, I think.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Bruno, and I hope that that's been helpful.
Thanks, Sam.